I heard that it was said that certain people are planning to stage a military coup d'etat in Not a Nation, Nigeria, and then that it was denied, followed by back-and-forth denial and affirmation. But the report, I was told, says that certain people were initially arrested for planning a coup. Later, they said they weren't planning a coup. Then again, the accusation came, or allegation. They kept going round in circles. An indicator as to whether they were actually planning a coup was that at about that same time, I am told they changed their service chiefs, which means that the intuitive perception, afura, which God has now restored to us indigenous Yoruba people, maybe they had the perception, ifura, among their ranks. But that's their lookout. It doesn't concern us. But what is important, and which God has already done for us, is that perception, ifura. Anybody who says he's planning a coup in the Not a Nation arrangement, the illusion scheme, the brainwashing arrangement called Nigeria, whoever you are, the officer planning a coup, let it be clearly understood by you that Democratic Republic of the Yoruba is not in Nigeria. Nigeria is not a nation to begin with. Because I wouldn't know what reason you have for wanting to plan a coup. Are you planning a coup for continuity of poverty and suffering? Or you want to put a stop to what the colonizers have put on ground in Nigeria, and you want to get everybody to return to their pre-colonization status quo? Which coup do you want to carry out? Is it a coup to continue, the colonizer being the originator of all of you armed forces in Nigeria? The colonizer established you and owns the system you operate, and everything the colonizer does within the Nigerian arrangement are done using you, the armed forces, to perpetuate what he has established, to truly dominate the people. The colonizer uses you to achieve his aim to truly dominate. The colonizer does this all over the world, using the armed forces to truly dominate in all the places where the colonialist had earlier colonized. Such operation helps the colonization to continue, especially in Africa. So, you that wants to plan a coup, for what purpose is the coup? Is it for you to continue what the colonizer established, or to end it? For which of these two reasons are you planning to carry out a coup? You should first discuss among your fellow planners of the coup about this. The days in which the military used to carry out a coup and keep passing leadership to one another under the guise of military coup, those were the days of ignorance. But now, with knowledge of what ought to be, and with the light shining, and with the glory of the good thing that God has done for indigenous Yoruba people, it has now happened that the whole world now has understanding. It is now known everywhere what the colonizer does. Even here in America, the awareness among the blacks is very high, coupled with lots of money being spent on raising that awareness level. Especially among their celebrities, they're spending real money that this vital information has to be out there. Because they know that information is power. They also know that truth is power, so the whole world is now aware with what God has done for us indigenous Yoruba people in asking us to rise up. We are light that shines around the world, because he sent me his child on this mission, and I am a child of light. It's the truth. Without being a child of the Savior, how would I be able to carry out this assignment? Which way would I pursue to get it done? So, those of you who claim to want to carry out a coup, I wouldn't know if truly you intend carrying out a coup d'etat or not, but let your ears be open, your eyes be open, your hearts be open to this one fact. Indigenous Yoruba people of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba are not within Nigeria any longer. We started the process of our exit as well as establishment of our own government in the year 2022, and the process became completed in the year 2024. With regards to the illusion governors, the so-called Nigerian governors and such like that are currently on the territory and ancestral sovereign land of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, Those ones are leaving this year, 2025. Their presence there ends. Therefore, you coup plotters or potential coup plotters, don't you ever entertain any idea that includes or has to do with the Yoruba. Don't try it. Indigenous Yoruba people, stand up and be alert. Let your intuitive perception, Ifura, be sharp and alert. Whenever you hear any such news or rumors, block it immediately. It won't happen. Not on our territory. We won't allow it. That some person would again take us into Nigeria and into their illusion and into evil that has been established by the enemy. Never. It will not happen till the end of time. Because never again shall we see our enemy. Our enemy is perished. IYP. Be alert and be at perceptive attention. And for those of you who think you are gathering yourselves together to carry out a coup, ask your own selves, for whom are you planning the coup? What benefits do you want to achieve by reason of the coup? Because when you exchange positions and keep recycling yourselves in that position, but still based on the foundation established by the colonizer, the enemy, you only deceive yourselves. You are not achieving any good or positive change. You wouldn't by so doing be achieving any good for anybody. A coup for whom? For whose benefit? Go, sit down and think deeply. If you know you want to carry out a coup, know for what reason you want to carry it out. Make sure that you carry out a coup only for the purpose of putting an end to what the colonizer established. Let it be that you want to end it. And that would be for the benefit of all the other races and ethnic nations still within Nigeria. Because as for us indigenous Yoruba people, we have already left Nigeria. We have exited Nigeria. And Nigeria is not a nation anyway. Nigeria is an illusion scheme. There is no reality called Nigeria. Go find out for yourselves. There's nothing called Nigeria. Yes, that's the fact. You've just heard it. Nigeria is a collection, a forced putting together of different and various races, ethnic nations. The colonizer who forced them together gave the forced union that name, Nigeria, by themselves. Therefore, any planners or potential planners of any coup, go research into yourselves properly. Ask if your people, the various nations forced together, are the ones you want to deliver out of oppression by way of the coup, or is it the colonizer that the outcome of the coup would be a benefit for? This is for you who are reported as planning a coup. It, however, does not concern us indigenous Yoruba people, because we are no longer inside Nigeria. The whole world knows this. The United Nations knows it. Every international body knows it. The entire world knows that Yoruba is not in the not a nation entity called Nigeria. And God achieved that good thing for us, peacefully. So don't you ever think that because the colonizer has put whatever weapons into your hands, you can do whatever you like. Don't try it. We know the goings-on behind the scenes. We know what they're selling to you, I tell you. And I won't say more than that. Indigenous Yoruba people, stand up alert, firm and ready at this time. Nobody ever again must be allowed to bully us or threaten us or make us afraid any longer. Never again. Where? Never again. Not after all the suffering they've inflicted upon us. Whereas we are not a people to be inflicted upon with suffering. We are not a people deserving to be so treated. We are not a people that anybody should denigrate. We are a people supposed to be living in abundance of the goodness and mercy of God, and especially now that God has shown mercy to us. We have received mercy. Remember, like we heard, those bandits said the people should ask their government if that government isn't the one sponsoring the banditry. So know it, that they deliberately create various kinds of scenarios to ensure that the poverty and suffering they've established among the people continues. IYP, we have now had our perception restored, remember? Hafura, let's put it to use, properly. For this short period of time remaining for us to enter into possession of all our territory and property, let's be perceptively alert. Even after we have physically taken possession of all our territory and property, let the perception continue. We say assuredly that we shall never lose this goodness that we now have. This glory will never be lost. We will never lose it. We have started it now, and it is till the end of time. Let's so have it established in our minds. So, those of you that say you want to stage a coup, whether you are being lied against or not, go and find your own selves out properly and think very deeply and survey and observe your environment properly and ask if what you plan to do is for the advantage and benefit of the colonizer or the advantage and benefit of your peoples, the nations forced together within the not-a-nation Nigerian enclave. That is, the remaining ethnic nations still remaining within the not-a-nation entity, because it is what the colonizer established, and there's no part of it where the merchandise of suffering is not given to the people. It's the deliberate, intentional establishment of the colonizer, before God delivered us, Yoruba, out of it. So you potential or alleged coup plotters, go and find out properly what your real intentions are. One most terrible thing is that there are certain people among those who are called human rights activists in the not-a-nation Nigeria. The terrible thing is that even they themselves don't understand what's going on. They don't have understanding of the real issues. They say it among themselves that it is a leadership problem. What's so-called? What's called leadership problem? Are you the ones that elected the leader that is there? Are you the one running the government of the not-a-nation arrangement? So, why would the few of you be propagating the idea of let's remain together meanwhile and let's together fight as Nigerians? Which Nigerians are you, I ask? Are you Nigerians? The colonizer gave the name Nigeria. Your own race, your own ethnic nation has got a name, don't they? You had your own name as an ethnic nation ever before the colonizer forced the various nations together, don't you? Does the word Nigeria have a meaning? The only meaning it has is the evil and suffering that those who named it Nigeria put there on ground for you. The illusion that they brought. The illusion that they translated into poverty, suffering, perpetual slavery, hopelessness, unemployment, underdevelopment, and all. Go and put your thinking faculties to use. It's not that difficult. It used to be difficult. It used to be perplexing before now, because at that time, nobody knew what the problem really was. But now that God has come on the scene with the truth concerning Nigeria, why wouldn't you listen to the truth? Why wouldn't you think the truth? And according to truth, why? Instead, you keep talking about this leader, that leader. You are leaders in various ways, yet you are misleading people. You are working for the colonizer for the purpose of destroying your own people, but you claim that you want to release your people from slavery. Which slavery do you want to release them from when you don't even know the truth? Go and search for the truth, discover the truth, and then follow the way of the truth. As for us, the Yoruba race, we have found the truth. God has delivered us from the poverty and suffering that prevail in the not-a-nation entity called Nigeria. We are no longer part of it. God has taken us out of it. Again, I heard that it is being said that America is coming to the not-a-nation Nigeria to combat terrorists. Or is it in respect of genocide against Christians? I usually don't like talking publicly regarding religion, but I know that the mercy of God has gone to the credit of all those who were killed. They were killed for no just cause, because they were practicing religion, because they were serving and worshiping the living God. Those who killed them will see what will happen to them. I won't say more than that. You took someone's life because he's worshiping God. Examine that scenario by yourself. But there's something on ground which people do not have understanding of. Most of those people who do those evil works are themselves without any religion. I'm telling you the truth. If they call themselves fighters for Islam, it's a lie. Ask them, sit them down, and ask them to cite a few portions of the Quran. What do you know about Islam? You'll find that they know nothing about it, because I have not found it in any one place from the beginning to the end of the Quran. I have not found anywhere that supports what they are doing. As a matter of fact, the Quran does not force anybody to become a Muslim. It's nowhere in the Quran, and it's not in any of the writings that strictly follow the Quran before they started the various kinds of fraudulent things. Go and ask those who are deep Muslims. All these killings and things being done by these people is not in that religion. Go and thoroughly investigate this. What these ones are doing is complete falsehood. They have purposes for which they do it. Whenever they want to do evil, they bring religion to the forefront. But they know that God has conquered that for us, indigenous Yoruba people. You cannot harass us with religion, because we see it all very clearly, and we do not inconvenience anybody. Practice whatever religion that pleases you in the presence of God, because only God knows who is truly serving and worshiping Him. He's the one who sees the heart and the externals, the one who knows the things of the heart. He knows who is worshiping Him. Being loud and vocal does not amount to anything before God, because He's the one who knows what's in your heart. He knows what you're doing. You call yourself a Christian, but you are all about how to destroy people's lives. Or you call yourself a Muslim, but your activity is about destroying people's lives. Or you say you are a traditionalist, but you are exercising powers for the purpose of wickedness and evil. So, what are we talking about? Are you then one who knows God and is serving or worshiping Him? These ones who kill people and dismember them, they are using the name of Islam to do evil. And you, the owners and practitioners of that religion, do not stand up to fight against them. You don't ask them why they are giving your religion a bad name. Indigenous Yoruba people, let's be active in our intuitive perception, Ifura. Nothing concerns us with whatever they are doing. We are not in Nigeria. But let's be perceptive. If we see even the slightest trace of any falsehood, any evil, make sure it is brought down, cut down. Decisively so. Cut it down immediately. Nothing of such will be allowed. This good thing that God has done for us, nothing will stand in its way. Nothing will disturb it. Nothing. Whatever method they come with, the power of God will destroy them. Fire from heaven will burn them. I tell you, everything that God created by His authority will destroy them. Nothing can stand in our way. God is the one who has done it. It's goodness from God Himself. Let's have our perception intact. Let's thoroughly and constantly watch our surroundings and environment. Let's deliberately and intentionally watch the movements of people, thoroughly and verily. Within this remaining short period of time, monitor whoever. Anyone you see who seems to be a criminal or with possible criminal intent, make sure he or she does not succeed. As a matter of fact, such a person cannot even succeed in doing any evil, because this goodness we've got is God's own doing. God has completed this goodness for us, and it is goodness that will be with us forever. So if some people are saying, let them start and continue for 3 months, after that, go and attack them and disorganize everything and return to the Nigerian arrangement. In the first place, that's a bad dream that can never come to pass. But that's what they say, you know? They say because it's within the Not a Nation Nigerian arrangement that they feed from. They feed from chaos. They feed from the suffering of their people. They prefer being one rich person in the midst of poverty-stricken people. You are the head of a poverty-afflicted population. Stupid people. Let's be perceptive and have our eyes opened thoroughly. So that's what they are saying, and I want us to know the reason why we have to defend what we've got. I want us to clearly understand that we are the owners of the wealth which these people are using. We own the money that they're using, and with which they consider themselves as somebody. Meanwhile, the owners of the wealth do not have access to it, and we are suffering. So, now that God has done the good thing for us, at this very time and in this season, saying to us, "It's time. Rise up. I have returned your goodness to you, and it's better than before." Should there be people saying they are afraid? Rise up in reality and be thoroughly bold. Stand fully for what God has done for us. Should one keep quiet and allow himself to continue in all the evil that is happening in the not a nation arrangement called Nigeria? The people are suffering and there's no hope, no trace that it will change for the better. I tell you, it cannot change. There's no other way of escape than this goodness that God has now done for us. Things in the not a nation arrangement cannot change. And God is the one who has done the good thing for us now. Otherwise, could anybody have ever gotten out of it? How would things change? You heard by yourself what they said. The situation in not a nation Nigeria is what they deliberately and intentionally planted. And it is what you plant that you'll reap. So who's deceiving who? They don't have any intention of changing it. Consider the period of time since they have been stealing these resources, and that's what they are still doing till now. What they established back then, and to their own benefit as colonizers, is what they still put down there till today. It's what they are still using. What good has ever gotten into the hands of anybody there? Other than for the colonizers, God has done the good thing for us. He has done it in its completeness. Let's rise to the occasion. There's no room for laying back, and there's no room for saying we are waiting for somebody. No. Anywhere you gather together as one. Gather together as one and face them. Face the enemy. Had it been there was unity. Back then, the colonizers wouldn't have been able to successfully tackle us, the Yoruba. You heard what Macaulay said? Break their backbone, their spirituality. God so much blessed the Yoruba with knowledge, such that nobody would have been able to stand before us. Knowledge is different, and apart from religion. The Yoruba, our ancestors, had so much knowledge that nobody was up to it, to stand up to the Yoruba. We are talking of the Yoruba, not another people, indigenous Yoruba people. It's not arrogance. Nobody can stand up to the Yoruba, but for the internal enemies and the lack of unity. Today, look at what they have turned the Yoruba into. But God now came to us in his mercy, saying he has again done good to us and for us. Therefore, let's rise up to the occasion. The Yoruba are a valiant race. Really valiant. Even the colonizers themselves knew that they met us as fully valiant people when they came. But for the internal betrayers who were working together with the colonizers, they wouldn't have been able to overcome us. Had it not been for the disunity, the colonizers would never have had the upper hand. If the Yoruba, our ancestors, had stood together as one and fought against the enemy as one and did all good things as one, the colonizers themselves knew, they still know, what heights the Yoruba would have attained to today. After all, back then, they themselves were already comparing us with themselves. They know it. They know the position where God has placed us, the Yoruba. Top position, front line position. We are leaders. We are the head. Please let's continue in the goodness that God has now done for us. We have started it now. Let's do it. Let's get it established all the way so that it would be there till the end of time. Let's rise up to this occasion, and let's have our perception intact. It's not long from now. The wonder has happened. Let's watch. I tell you, It's God's doing, not man's. The sign will manifest. But it's not an evil sign like that of these ones who talk of a coup and of war. What concerns us with all of that? Everybody knows that peace is our way. Whatever relates to war is something I detest. I hate it. Everybody know me, throughout the world. They know me that I don't want to hear about war. I don't. Go and read the document which we indigenous Yoruba people wrote for the United Nations for their 80th session. It's there that they should let the world rest, abandon wars. So personally, I have nothing to do with wars. And they said that America says it wants to enter into the not a nation Nigeria and do something. But they all signed for it back then. America can enter anywhere. Go and find out at the United Nations. America went to obtain that authorization since the 9/11 incident in America. It can enter into any territory if they hear that there are terrorists somewhere in that country. America can enter there and neutralize the terrorists. China is only saying what it does not understand. It's God that helped me, using the occasion to expose China. That's why it spoke carelessly, saying that it supports Nigeria. Is Nigeria a nation? But because you, China, have them underneath your control by reason of granting incessant loans to them, you have become an imperialist to them. You forgot that all of you agreed at that time? America can enter anywhere. If it says there are terrorists somewhere, it doesn't have to tell the people or government of the country itself before entering into your space. Did America tell Pakistan back then before going in to neutralize Osama bin Laden? Right inside Pakistan. One of the prestigious military barracks was even close to where Osama lived. Yet, America entered there, carried out the operation it wanted to carry out. Did it tell the government of the place? Because they already had signed, giving America the permission to so act. They already granted permission to America that it can enter into anywhere. You better go and check the things that you sign. It doesn't concern me, though. I am not engaging with you, Nigeria, on the matter. I am telling you the truth. It doesn't concern me. One thing I know is that we indigenous Yoruba people, we are not in Nigeria. I also know that we indigenous Yoruba people do not have the problem of religion. Not at all. Everybody respects everybody's religion. And it's already in our divine blueprint. There's no harassment. Don't let your religion disturb that of another person, because only God knows who is serving him and worshiping him. Practice your religion, but don't use it to disturb anybody. Don't use it to inconvenience anybody. Whatever religion you practice, don't use it to inconvenience anybody. It's right there in our divine blueprint. We even brought it out quite recently. Go and read it. And as a matter of fact, everybody know the Yoruba for that we don't inconvenience anybody, we have love for everybody, we want uplifting for everybody, we want good things for everybody. That's a peculiar and well-known trait of the Yoruba race. That's the identifying blood of indigenous Yoruba people. Please, let's have our eyes opened and our ears opened. You indigenous Yoruba people who are in the armed forces, be very careful. Don't go and join them in what is not. You should begin to gather yourselves together to defend and to stand for your own people, the indigenous Yoruba people. So, rise up and gather yourselves together. The day is not far from now. Make sure you gather yourselves together as a team. Forget about who is leader, who is senior. At this material time, teamwork is the important thing, and that we are working together for the good of all of us. So each person should bring his own unique contribution, his own unique talent. Everything put together will be by all of us. It is by that unity that we will get the victory. And God will not allow us ever again to have anybody among us who will turn to be a saboteur or betrayer. Those who have been such in the past have been burnt in the fire, dead and perished. We won't be victims of sabotage. We won't ever again have the mishap of people working for the enemy. by the authority with which God is the I Am. We shall be one. We shall defend what is ours. You indigenous Yoruba people in the armed forces, I say to you, again, gather yourselves together. If you hear that anything negative wants to happen to an indigenous Yoruba anywhere in the public, you too should come out and go and face whatever that thing is. Get on the streets and go and face whatever it is. It has come to that. Whoever supports what God has established knows that it is goodness for him. Whoever attacks or opposes what God has established, wanting to disrupt it, will be destroyed. He won't be able to achieve his evil aim. It has never happened in this world. So, understand it well. That's how it is. Don't be annoyed that I took your time today. I saw that it's something we had to quickly address. I wanted us to take a look at the reason why God did this good thing for us. The reason why we have to protect and defend it both for us, the current generation, as well as those coming in our future generations, till the end of time. I wanted us to fully understand it, so it wouldn't be as though they are just talking. Never. We aren't just talking. I want us to go back, go again to think deeply over what I've said. By yourself, unravel it, break it to clear understanding. Look over everything again. In that process, you might even see more insight, more things of benefit, things that are secrets which the colonizer had established for the purpose of doing evil. There are so many. I normally say only those ones that I want to say, nothing more. Go and unravel it more. Then you too will see that what God has done for us is a great good, and it is compulsory for us to rise up to the occasion and destroy everything called fear out of our lives, because we have now entered into the light. Fear and the other things of darkness cannot stay with us in the light. And we should let our mind be totally firm in this good thing that God has done for us. Being firm and strong in our mind is the greatest weapon we have. Let that be well understood by us. That's the way it is. It doesn't change. God has done his goodness for us. This 2025 is the year. It's only now a matter of days. Everybody will soon see it. It's the grace and the good that comes from God, not man's. God is the doer of it. That's how it is. I'll keep repeating it. I won't be silent. Because we will keep saying it, and it will keep advancing till the end of time. Because it's God who did us good, and we need to know. We also need to know the root of everything God has done for us and which he has now shown to us. We should be saying it continuously so we won't forget, and the enemy will not be able to come again to deceive us. The enemy won't even come near where we are, never again, forever. By the authority with which God is the I Am. That's it, it does not change. Once again, don't be annoyed I took your time. We shall keep hearing good news about one another. Very soon this good thing has come. It has come, and it will get into our hands. All the good things that God has given to us. I told you, print the items out and keep them, or save them on your phone and keep looking at it one after another, and see if it isn't what God has done. And you will yet see additional ones that would make you to wonder. You will be amazed at how great good things he has done for us. We must not miss it. It has come into our hands, and we won't miss it, because it's God's own doing. It's an everlasting blessing. Let's rise up to the occasion. We are joyful, and our gladness shall forever be full. Let all of us, throughout the world, from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, from the four corners of the earth, all of us whom God has done good for, let's rise up and come and build our country and make it good. Because I tell you, the enemies had spoiled things. It's beyond what words can express. But once we repair it, we know it's ours forever. It's not under slavery, it's not under the colonizer. It's not inside darkness. It's not under the enemy. It's no longer in poverty or in suffering. Let's come and build our country. Let's come and repair our country. All the knowledge that God has given us, all over, and which we have been using. Various things that are good and sweet, but don't bring evil. There's no evil among indigenous Yoruba people. IYP is light. IYP is glory. IYP is goodness. The things that are good, which God has put within each one of us, let's come and manifest them in our country. Be it medical, education, health, finance, various kinds of infrastructure, whatever God has given to each one, let's come and use it, in its goodness and in its blessing for our race. That's it, unchangeable. Thank you very much. God will continue to be with us. We shall not be put to shame. The protection of God will never leave us. His mercy will continue to be with us forever. We shall always find a way through for all good things at all times. Joy and gladness shall always be ours. Forever we shall not have causes of sorrow. It is so unchangeable. Thank you very much. God bless you.